Welcome to Be Latina's virtual pop-up shop, where we talk to extraordinary small business owners in the Latinx community to learn more about their inspirations, aspirations, and about their business. I'm your host, Gloria Malone, and today I'm joined by Flady Neris, a dope Dominican who is creating art that is quite unique. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Gloria, for having me.
Of course. So first, where are you joining us from?
Well, I'm from the Bronx, New York.
Hey. Awesome. And what's the name of your business?
Hermana de Plantas. So in Spanish, it means sister of plants.
Okay, Hermana de Plantas. I see you over there with your plants in the background and whatnot. Could you tell us what Hermana de Plantas creates and sells?
So I create hand-painted pots. So anybody that is a plant lover or just a lover of art and they like these kind of unique styles, I create them. I have my own designs, but if you would like a custom pot, because I'm all about what sparks joy to you. So if the things that I create don't spark joy within you, hit me up and you let me know what is it that makes your heart pump, and then I'll get it done for you. So that's the main premise of what we create here.
Awesome. And so when did you first have the idea for your business?
So funny. I actually had the idea. Well, I created Hermana de Plantas in August, and the month before was the first time I even thought about it, period. It started off as like a date idea that I was doing, and I enjoyed doing it so much that every single time I saw my boyfriend, he was like, "You want to paint?" And I was like, "Cool, let's paint." And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it so much that I was just like, I definitely have to share this with other people. Did not think the other people would like it, but they did. So I'm lucky.
Yes. Or you can call it talented, you know.
We'll see. We'll see.
Awesome. And so you had the idea, and then you launched. When did you launch?
In August of 2020. So during this pandemic.
August. Awesome. So you was like, I got the idea, let's go. And we ain't got too much time for second guessing. Let's go.
Right.
Awesome. And so how did you feel when you launched your business?
I was definitely nervous. Long story short, throughout my life, art wasn't really like appreciated. This was always something that I knew I wanted to do something with art, but I never had access to it. I never took not one art class. I didn't have access to that either. So when I put it out there, I was definitely super nervous because I was just like, ain't nobody gonna think I'm talented because I ain't never seen an art teacher, period. And so when the first person hit me up, it was, I definitely cried. Like I definitely cried because I was just like, so y'all like me? Like, and when people in the pet community are so super nice, like they were hitting me up. They were like, oh my God, like, I can't afford it right now, but you're super talented. And I just wanted to give a shout out to you. So it started off as nervous, but within a day or two, it became like something like, it was gratitude. I was like, wow, people appreciate art. Like this is dope. So
That's awesome. I love to hear that. So idea in July, business in August. We was nervous for 24 hours a year. Now we're floating. We got gratitude. We got everything on our side. I love it. And so even though you're still fairly new, how has your business changed since you've launched it? And if so, how?
Tremendous. That's a really great question. Tremendously. So it started off, I started selling it on Facebook Market at first. And for those of you who don't know, it's basically like a garage sale on Facebook. And then my friend was like, let's make an Instagram. Like, let's make you an Instagram. So I made an Instagram. And so because I didn't know much about like the postal service or anything like that, I've never taken any classes for these kind of things. It started off me doing it on Instagram and only doing deliveries within New York City. So it was me driving in my car, dropping off a bag with the pot inside, with a little note literally on an index card, because I really wanted to say thank you to people. And I would drive to wherever they were and then I would do it. And so anybody that wasn't in New York City, sadly, they didn't, I couldn't do it for them. And then slowly but surely, because I started seeing that people from other states wanted it, I tried my best to figure out the USPS situation. It's not perfect because USPS be playing me sometimes, but we are here. So now it went from local deliveries to now being shipped out via USPS within the US. So that's where we've changed now. And then slowly but surely we are getting to a website part, but as of right now, we sticking to Instagram.
That's awesome. I love it so much. So, so now you're shipping your products across the country. Is there like a particular state that's really, like ordering things, or like what's the furthest that you've shipped one of your pots?
Cali and Washington definitely are the ones that I'm like, shipping is crazy. It's definitely dope because their shipping is a little higher for them because they're so far away from New York City, but they seem to always continuously support. Georgia, I get a lot of Connecticut, but it's not very far from New York City. Florida, like I think at this point, I think I've hit almost more than half of the states that we have.
What?
Definitely more than half. Like,
Yes. That's dope. That's really awesome. Like you started in your little garage sale on Facebook. Yara tuta, half the states. You know what half of the states means? That means 25. That's pretty awesome. And so so you talk about how art wasn't like super like appreciated, or you really didn't know, like you felt like you weren't taught about art in a like academic type of place, right? But like, so when did your love for art and plants begin?
So those are two different things. So art was from the beginning of time. Like I feel like I was born and I wanted to draw. Um just but it's one of those things, the arts are not appreciated in the sense of the people normally think that you're not going to make money, you're going to be broke and whatever. So as a child, they're kind of trying to implement things that potentially can make you money in the future, rather than bring you joy. So art was from the beginning of time, and then I would just draw on my own free time. And then with plants was more like I always knew I loved plants, but I didn't know where to start. Like, YouTube wasn't always a thing. And when YouTube did start, it was like beauty and stuff like that. Now, thankfully, we have a whole bunch of access to learning about plants. And I didn't have the money for plants. But I started getting a whole bunch of plants like most people during the pandemic. So I always loved plants. But during the pandemic was when I was like, I mean, I'm not going out to eat anymore and like all these things. I got a few dollars and I'm sad. Let me get a plant. Like, let me get a plant. So now I have like 50 plants. Like, that's where it started.
That's amazing. I love it all. And so where do you draw inspiration from for the pots that you create?
Normally, I draw inspiration just based off of social media, definitely helps. So, whatever is near and dear to my heart. So first I started off making sure that I was making faces, either abstract or regular faces, and I always wanted to make sure that every single face that I had color, because I was looking for pots before I started making, and I was just like, I only see one color, and I wanted a variety of colors for my plants and just for life in general. So I started making sure that it was normally women on my pots, abstract, and then from then on it's mostly what are the things that I love, what are the things that make me smile, what are the things that brighten up my room. So the same way that the main pots that I create, and you can see within my page, are the things that bring me joy. So it's literally like you are literally looking into my heart, which is why I also offer custom, because my heart isn't your heart. Even though sometimes we might have like common things, you might see one or two things that you definitely love and you're connected to. That's why I like to offer custom, because it's all about, I want you to feel what I feel when I make a pot for myself. I want you to feel like happy, like, oh, little girl, you look so good. Like, that's what I want you to look at your plants. And I just think they deserve a joyous home.
That's awesome. And so what has been your like favorite moment so far as a business owner?
My favorite moment is because I mostly focus on Instagram, I'm able to speak to a variety of people from across the US, and just being able to acknowledge their talents within their page, and they're acknowledging mine. So every moment that I get to speak to people, and like kind of every time they give me those affirmations, it's kind of like I'm growing. The young Flavineris, like it's kind of like I'm speaking to her, like the child that was told art is not important, that's not going to make you no money. Like every day now I'm continuously receiving those affirmations from other people that I don't even know, that don't even know me. So every day I'm just excited to speak to new people from different places, get to know their plants, get to see their plants, and build on some unresolved issues.
What is your favorite design to date?
My favorite design, um, definitely probably my abstract. It's literally called abstract face. It's like a one eyebrow, one eye, one nose, and then a mouth. And also my first ever design. I actually no, she's not right next to me. But my first ever design was a brown woman, and she had red lipstick, and then like the rest was just black, and then she had gold hoops. So those
she was me.
Ah!
Yeah.
Like that she is. And it's so funny because when I first made her, I put in a string of pearls, and you're wearing braids right now. So that's definitely you right now. So those two are definitely my favorite, and those two are definitely the ones that people seem to like the most as well.
Awesome. I love it. What so it kind of seems like art was always there. We like plants and all of this. Did you ever think of yourself or see yourself as a business owner?
Nah, I still don't. I still don't. I feel like I'm just yes, but like no, like if I wish I had a different word for it. Like I feel like a fairy. I don't know, like somebody that makes things that you're gonna like makes things for you, by me before you. So I don't know. Business, I feel like the word business in my head makes it seem like more concentrated on money when I'm more concentrated on the vision. So yes, I guess the professional term would be yes, a business owner, but I wish I had a different one for it.
Well, it sounds like community to me. It sounds like you're like immersed in a community of artists and people who like plants and people who just want to like create beautiful things for one another. But it don't have to be community, but that's kind of what I'm hearing from you is like kind of like a community with the affirmations and the, all of that. What advice would you have to give, or affirmations, words of inspiration to any young Florineris out there who may not have the name Florineris, but they're young or they're the same age, right? People who want to share their art with the world. What would you have to say to them?
Just do it. Like Nike said, just do it. I held myself back for way too long, and other people within my life are like, just do it, just do it, just do it. And I was like, no, it's not. Just do it. Especially like I'm a like, even if you have a profession, even if this is not necessarily the thing that you want to do full time, like I'm a teacher full time, but don't use that. Listen, I'm working all the time, but at the same time, I know what are the things that I want to do with my extra time. And so I would just say, just do it. Stop giving yourself excuses. Stop telling yourself, oh, I'm too busy. You are never too busy for the thing that you truly love or the thing you truly want to do. So I would just say, if you're listening to this and you have the idea in your mind right now, I hope by the end of today you wrote in your notebook that you'll get this done.
Yes, I love that. She said, just do it. Actually, just go get your pen and paper right now, and you're gonna write it down.
Like, you don't even gotta just write it down. Like, tell your brain that this is gonna get done by blah 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 blah. That's it.
I love it. And so, where can people find Hermana de Plantas online?
So right now you can find me on Instagram. Hermana de Plantas is one word. And that's it for now.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, for your beautiful art that you're creating, and for speaking with me and Be Latina. We really appreciate you. And we look forward to the ways in which your business will continue to grow.
And thank you so much, Gloria, for your time. I appreciate you.